Do you often get this question what exactly the file system is? Or you're confused about what exactly the file system do? So I'm here to help you out with exact that query. Hi everyone, I'm Pradeep Tewani. I'm a trainer and consultant. Let's right away jump onto the topic what exactly the file system is. Okay, so I would say let's understand it from a very basic perspective of the microcontroller. So let's say you are working on any microcontroller firmware and you are being given a task of saving some files. Okay, so I would like to say we would like to store few of the files. Let's say one of the file is like a text file, a.txt, which might be around 100 bytes. Then we have something called b.log file, which may be around 512 bytes, let's say, for example. And then we have some image file, let's say c.img, and the size of this file, let's say, is 512 KB. Now you are being assigned a task where you basically want to store these three files in the flash memory. Let's say you are being given some roughly I can say you are being given some 2 MB of flash, or let's increase this. For example, let's say you are being given 64 MB of flash memory and you are being asked to save these three files in the flash. Now what are you going to do? So just think from a very basic microcontroller perspective. Don't really complicate the things about don't get all the complicated things in picture. So let's understand now. Now I have been given three files. So what I will be doing in simple terminology is like I have been given a 64 MB of flash and I want to store three files. So basically what I'm going to do over here is that let's say first of all I have got this a.txt. At offset 0, I would be storing a.txt file. So this will be occupied by a.txt and size is 100. So from 0 to 99, I would be storing a.txt. Now we want to store the log file. So let's say I want to store b.log file, which is of size 512. So in a simple way, what I will be doing is from the offset 100 to it would be around 611, right? So 611. Here I would be storing a file by name b.log. Now comes the thing where I basically want to store c.img file. So what I will be doing over here is c.img will start from 612 and maybe just add 512 to this. So till that location, we will be having c.img. So I'll be storing it like this, right? So now see what happens over here is we have got three files and the purpose is I want to retrieve them as and when required. So probably you would have to update it or you might have to uh, basically delete it or whatever thing you might have to do. So what you need to do is you need a mechanism by which you can retrieve this stuff. So for retrieving this stuff, what you need to have is something like a metadata where you need to maintain the information about this particular file. So what you will be doing is you will typically go ahead and create a table, right? You will go ahead and create the table where in table you will have something called name, then you will have something called offset, and then next thing which we might be needing is like a size, and of course there will be some permissions and all once you will be moving on to the complicated things. But since we are talking of only the microcontroller, that doesn't matter over here. So now let's start building this table. Okay, so what we'll be doing is the first thing which we have got is our file a.txt. So in a.txt, what I have got, the offset is 0, the size is 100. So from here, it would be very easy for me to retrieve this file. So what I will be doing is if I want to retrieve a.txt, I will go to the offset 0 and I would read 100 bytes from here. So it's quite simple. Now comes the next thing where I basically have a b.log file. And in the b.log file, as I know, the offset is 100 and the size is 512 bytes. So I will go ahead and retrieve this thing. Now, third thing which I have got is c.img. Now, c.img, as we know, it starts from 612 and the size is 512 KB. So 512 KB. So what you will be doing is you will be creating a table over here. Now, this table is what we call as metadata. Metadata, right? So that's what is basically the metadata. Now, this is one of the simplest way to create a algorithm by which you can store other files. Now, let's say tomorrow the need comes that the size of this particular file needs to be increased. Let's say instead of 100 bytes, now the need has arrived where I basically want to make it 200 bytes. Well, so what are we going to do? The size has to be increased from 100 to 200 bytes. So what we are going to do over here is one of the possible thing is like you have got these files, so you can move them and create the space. But let's say if there are 100 such files, moving them would be a very, very costly operation. So what are we going to do over here? What we can do is probably like whatever is the free space available towards the end, I can give 100 bytes, remaining 100 bytes for a.txt over here. Okay, so now you see what we will have to do is we'll have to maintain two pieces of information like what all different places your file is scattered. So instead of having a single offset, now you will be having a multiple offset and you will have to extend this table further. Now, just think of it like tomorrow it happens so that the requirement comes is I don't require this a.txt file anymore. So that means this will be whole. So you need to maintain this particular stuff as well. So you see, if you just get into these requirements of maintaining the file, you will discover that there are lot many things to be managed, lot many things to be designed in order to effectively design this kind of algorithm. And the entity which does all this stuff for us is what we call it as file system. So in a simple terminology, this is what the file system is. So file system, if you ask me, is nothing more than the algorithm. It's the algorithm which helps you maintain the files on the disk. Whenever you have some files and you want to basically organize those files on the disk, you need some algorithm. So that's why you have the algorithms like ext2, ext3, FAT32, NTFS, and all those kind of stuff. So that is what exactly the file system is, and that is what the file system do. Hope you enjoyed this topic and you are able to get the gist of what the file system is. For more such topics, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to learn anything else, what all topics you would like to learn, I would love to hear from you. So put it in the comment box. I would like to cover those topics as well. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Bye bye.